Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm gonna make a real quick video. See if I got the wire right. So my initial thoughts, I'm gonna just kind of throw it out there. The headlining statement is what I'm gonna keep it with. Is Trump did the right thing. It's hard for me to say this. My initial reaction was, especially with this whole impeachment thing going on, was very whoa, let's take a step back. It was super aggressive. But let me break this down, guys. So there needs to be context added to what's going on in Iran. There needs to be a lot of context added to that situation, so that way we can really understand where someone like me, who's anti-war, was really at first really scared about what happened with General Qasem Soleimani. I was really worried about that because it is an act of war, guys, and it really can push a lot of people over the edge. But it's panning. What it's looking like with Iran's initial response, it's panning out to be a good move so far right now. Let me explain this, and let me add the context to the whole Iran situation and the thing that kind of does piss me off with this misleading information that's going on out there. So yes, there was 2 people killed in this drone strike. It was Qasem Soleimani, an Iranian general, a second in command in Iran, and then a Iraqi general who was with him as well. Now, there's been a lot of things going on with Iran, and it started way back in the 50s, but most recently, when Trump took over office, the Obama administration left them on somewhat decent terms, which was, we can all agree that the Iran nuclear deal was not the best, but it was still a good deal, and Iran was actually following that deal on their end. Now, what we're seeing now is that Trump didn't agree with that deal, and what his idea and how to reconstruct that deal is kind of what he put in place these past 2-3 years. So this is not a Twitch reaction, guys. This has actually been building for a while. So this is not something that I realized this is not something that, like, to me, came out of nowhere, like for most people it did, like this killing of Qasem Soleimani. I thought it was extreme, but I knew something was coming because this started when Trump first took office. Him and his administration completely got out of the Iran deal, tore it up. They didn't want to be a part of it, and then slowly but surely started to impose sanctions on Iran. So these past 2 years have been a struggle for Iran as a country because Trump's negotiations tactics were simple. We're not going to abide by the deal that you signed up for, that we both signed up for. We're not going to abide by it. We're going to sanction your country. And what we saw is that they killed a general. So this is a ploy to get Iran to the negotiation table, which at first, again, it seems like a very drastic step to take. It scared the living daylights out of me. But as far as we're seeing, and the way Iran responded was pretty much simple. Iran responded by shooting off missiles that they gave plenty of a heads up for. So like Iraq, that base in Iraq, where the U.S. forces, those Iraqi forces were, they knew hours before those bombs were dropping that they were going to drop. So they knew. Iran did. They fired off missiles, pretty much saying to Iraq, listen, our general died in your country. We're sending over missiles. This is us saying we're retaliating. But they don't want to escalate things. Guys, we got to remember is that the United States of America has the most powerful military in the entire world. That is what has our back. What we've also seen the past few years is Trump kind of cuddling up to Russia, which I don't agree with. But for this particular instance, because Iran is a ally of Russia, we didn't see. Let's see, if Trump hadn't been cuddling up to Vladimir Putin, we wouldn't see the same kind of reaction, because Trump has given Vladimir Putin a lot of leeway, which is taking us out of northern Syria, letting the Russian forces move forward, holding that Ukraine aid, letting the Russian forces move forward there. Because he's been doing those things, and because he's kind of playing it off, he was able to do these things to Iran, get al-Baghdadi. So he is making a lot of deals that help Russia, but in the end, Russia can't aggress us anymore because they feel like they have an ally in Trump. So although Russia scares the living daylights out of me, guys, Trump is doing the right thing by butting up to Putin, because that allowed Trump to do exactly what he did to Soleimani. Again, I think it's a very extreme action. I don't 100% agree with Trump in doing that action. I think there's plenty of other things he could have done strategically, but you minimize death. It's a symbolic death. It's a two-person death that sends a message straight to the top. I can understand that. I don't agree with it personally. That's not the kind of route I would take, but I can see why Trump did it, and it's looking like it's working out, guys. Iran is not going to further their retaliation. This is it. They kind of want to, I hope, get to the negotiation table. I hope we can end this, and I hope we can avoid a fifth major war in that region. That is where my stance is. It scared the living daylights out of me. I want to avoid war. Now, if Trump actually took the right steps to avoid war, I commend him, because it's looking like that's exactly what happened, guys. So kudos to Trump. Currently, right now, it's looking like his idea for renegotiation always was to use force, use our military to kind of show it to the rest of the world. Now, I think further down the line, this could be held against them. There can be some backlash from the rest of NATO because he didn't inform them. Again, the whole reason why it's a bad thing to kill a major general, because he is a major general of a country, is that you don't let your allies know. That's a bad thing, because they had to hide in their terror levels. They have soldiers amongst our soldiers as well, so they kind of need to be kept in the loop. Now, Trump is being a super rogue agent about this and doing all the things, everything by himself. Again, I have a problem with that. It looks like it's working right now, guys, though, so I'm going to take a step back. I hope that we can avoid a major war. That's always what I want, but currently the way it's looking, and I think the left needs to kind of relax, because Trump did a great job of responding last night, leaving it to a simple, easy message saying, hey, listen, it looks like everything's well. I'm gonna talk about it this morning, and he talked about it this morning. So currently, I'm gonna say I stand corrected in how worried I was initially about the killing of Qasem Soleimani. I don't think that should be a norm, but I think that Trump did the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. So I think as of right now, we have to understand that, yes, there's been tensions between Iran. So Iran recently doing all this stuff only gave us a reason to kill Qasem. So in the way that it's getting structured, makes sense. I don't think we should have gone to that extreme, but right now it looks like it's working out, guys. Again, I keep going in a circle, saying the exact same things. It's like, hey, listen, I'm not sure if this was the right thing to do, but it's working out. Hopefully we can get Iran to the negotiating table. We get a stronger Iran nuclear deal. If that's really what's going to happen, we get a stronger Iran nuclear deal, and we avoid a major war. That's all we need to do, guys, is avoid a major war. Again, too many civilians died as opposed to actual terrorist forces. So that's what I would like to avoid. Kudos to Trump, guys. That's where I'm gonna leave it tonight, because it's looking like for the rest of today, it doesn't seem like anything crazy is gonna pop off. And I stand corrected, and I wanted let people know Trump did the right thing. So let's keep unfortunately, let's keep with this attitude that we do have a powerful military. We shouldn't always flex this muscle, but it worked in this situation, and it's looking like it's going to keep Iran at bay, and hopefully keep our American soldiers that are out in the Middle East safe, because we have over 50,000 American soldiers out there. We want those people safe. So I'll leave it there, guys. If you're still watching, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, I like to look at both sides, so I think this is a great way to look down the middle, even though at first I was initially worried. It's looking like, and I'm not going to admit it, but it's looking like force works sometimes, and we shouldn't always go to that route, but it's looking like although I didn't initially agree with it, it's looking like this is panning out. So, guys, independent insight. Trump did the right thing, and let's see if it doesn't boil over, it doesn't piss off China and Russia, who are allies with Iran. But currently, it's looking like we can keep it on pretty solid grounds. All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate it.